Good morning. I'm going to make a quick pie. And so I'm going to make my pie crust first, and then I'm going to make my pie. So I'm going to add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can use kosher salt if you'd like to. I'm going to add, let me make sure, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let me mix it up a little bit. Get me a fork out. I'm going to make it in my pie plate. This is a pottery pie plate. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of oil. Mix that up. Y'all having a good day today? I got me some walking in today. I walked over to Hannah's house. Enjoyed the woods. I saw a fern that was growing there by the edging, and it reminded me of George, and here's the reason. I saw that fern in the woods one time, and I said, oh, dig me up a piece of this. I want to take it home and plant it in the yard. Well, I did. He did, and I did. And we planted it in the yard. And so then after that, I was reading somewhere, and it said that fern was invasive. And I thought, oh, I'll keep it under control. I'll trim it and do what I need to do to keep it under control. And I tried. But y'all, it got out of control, and now it's every which way. So if something says it's invasive, it is. It's just like that bamboo. I wouldn't dare plant that anywhere. All right, I got that mixed up. Now I'm going to add 3 1/2 tablespoons of whole milk. Get every little drop out of there. If your dough turns out too soupy, add a little bit more flour. If it turns out too dry, add a little bit more milk so that it gets right, okay? All right, let's keep mixing a little bit. I think I'm almost done. We're going to make a good pie today. I'll tell you in a minute which kind we're going to make. It's going to be an oven pie, and it's made out of everything that you probably already got in your kitchen. So you won't even have to go to the store to get you anything. All right, and we're looking at our dough here. And I think that it's just about there. Do you see this? All right, I think today it seems a little bit, just a little bit, too wet. So I'm going to add a little bit more of your all-purpose white lily flour, which is plain. It's a plain flour. So I'm going to get a little thing right here. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some in this, and I'm going to sprinkle some around on it. This is all-purpose. See, I'm not measuring now. I'm just kind of sprinkling just a little bit to get it just a little bit drier, okay? Now then, I think that's it right there. So let me get to mixing it. All right, here's our dough. See how it looks? That's our dough. All right, now when you're putting it in your pie plate, press it out with your hands. You know, we just did one similar to this the other day, and we got it going. My oven is set on 375 for if you were doing a plain pie crust. Just you wanted a plain pie crust, and you were going to put a filling in it when it came out. But we're not doing that today because I am going to put filling in mine. All right, bring it up the sides real pretty. Like that. With your thumb. Okay. And here's a trick that Miss Dina taught me to do. Get the bottom of your measuring cup and press around on it to get it all the same depth. Okay, there you go. If your pie pan doesn't have a little pretty around the edge, then you take your finger, do like Mama used to do. She'd do like that. And make her some little pretties around her pie plate. That's what she did. And of course, we all do like our mamas, don't we? If Mama did it, if it's good enough for Mama, it's good enough for me. All right, let me look. We want to try to make it sure it's about the same width every which way. All right, that looks about right. Now I'm gonna get out the stuff to make our filling. Hey y'all, listen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, this pie that I'm going to cook today, now if you were cooking this to put it in a regular, you're gonna put your pie filling in it, cook it on 375 till it's nice and brown. But, about 20 minutes or so. If you're going to put a filling in it, which I'm going to today and bake it all together, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this pie crust in my oven on 325, because that's what I got to cook this pie on, for maybe 5 minutes or so it kind of gets a jump start, I guess you'd say. So that's what I'm going to do. Put it in the oven for about 5. Okay, now we're fixing to make our chocolate fudge pie. It's going to be good, y'all. All right, so I'm going to read out the ingredients to you, and you can write them down if you'd like to. The first thing I'm going to put in here is 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. 1/4 cup. So that wasn't hard, was it? All right, the next thing you're going to put in your bowl, this is a bowl thing. You don't need to do it with your mixer unless you just want to. Is a 1/4 cup of, we've got the 1/4 cup of our all-purpose flour. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup, the same thing, 1/4 cup of some cocoa powder. So here's my 1/4 cup. And we're going to put some in it till it gets to be full. Don't pack it down tight. I'm just gently touching it. Okay. That looks about good. There's our 1/4 cup of that. So we got a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of cocoa in here. Stir it around a time or two. All right. Next, we are going to add 1 cup of sugar, white sugar, regular sugar. We'll mix that around. Then we're going to add 2 eggs that have been beaten, and I've already beaten mine. Now, add it in this order, y'all, if you can. If you can remember to do it, just put it in order. Okay. You know, you never want to add a liquid into your cocoa first, like water or something, because it'll do just like it's doing there. It doesn't want to get wet. It just doesn't like wet feet. So that's why I'm giving it a little bit of a mix before I add anything else in it. Okay. That looks pretty good for right now anyway. See how it's turning good and chocolatey looking? Your kids are going to love it, and your husband too. All right, so the next thing we're going to add is our teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a stick of butter that is melted. And I put it in the microwave and melted it. Okay. Mix that up. And see, I've got my pie crust in there. I'm not going to cook it totally done. But I'm going to give it just a little bit, kind of, to help it get a jump start, okay? This little pie, though, this fudge pie has to cook a long time. All right, now we're going to add a cup of Priester's pecans, and today I'm using the ones that are already kind of cut up. It says large pieces. I had them in the freezer. I just do mine like that. All right, I'm going to add a half a cup. These are large pecan pieces. I mean a cup. Sorry, a whole cup. Put that in there. All right. Stir it up. And it's ready now to put in our pie crust. See there? It was easy. It's something you can do at the last minute. It is something you had every one of these ingredients, y'all. You've got flour, you've got vanilla, cocoa powder, butter, what else? Sugar, a little salt. Did we put salt? No, we didn't put salt in this one. Eggs, just stuff that you have around the house. And it makes a chocolate fudge pie. And it has to cook real slow. So when we cook it, we're going to cook it on 325 degrees for a long time. About, well, according on your oven, y'all, somewhere between 40 and 45 minutes. So it takes a while. So let me get out my crust. It's been cooking about 5 minutes. We just did it for a little jump start. So the only reason we did it, just kind of get it a little bit on the hot side. See there? It's hot, but it's not cooked. All right, let's put our pie filling in it. I did not poke holes in it because I don't need to, since this is I'm doing my filling like this. Now, if I were just going to cook a pie crust, then I would have put some holes in it. Boy, this is good looking stuff, I tell you. It's real good to eat it warm with some vanilla ice cream on top. If you don't have that, it is okay. It makes a big pie, so you can't use, you got to have a fairly large pan to do it with. Okay, we're going to put it on. I'll take it off in a little bit. Okay, y'all, I've cooked my good chocolate pie. You're going to love this recipe because I love it. And the thing about it is it's made with all our ingredients we already have, and it's delicious. I checked it with this skewer a while ago. I stuck it down in it. And I did that at 50 minutes. And I could see a little bit of a liquidy chocolatey on it, so I left it another 10. And so it actually cooked an hour. But I will say this, it was cooking on 325, which is a low temperature because you want it that way. And it just takes a long time. Now yours may have to be cooked more or less. You're going to have to check it. So, but I checked mine and it's done. So I'm going to turn my oven off. Oh, where are you? Right there. And I'm going to take it out and let you look at it. It looks delicious. And the crust looks so good. Look, y'all. Isn't it pretty? And listen, the crust was easy. The pie was easy. And other than it taking an hour to cook, that was easy. But let's say somebody was coming and they were going to be there in an hour and a half, they said. I'm going to be there in an hour and a half. Well, it'll take you a half hour to probably get out all your junk and put it together. And then an hour to cook it. When they roll in the door, honey, the house is going to be smelling so good. I wish y'all could smell my house. It smells so good. It smells like a chocolate pie. Anyway, try this. I think you'll love it. Talk to y'all later. Bye. I forgot to tell you, I'm going to let it cool for just a little bit. And then we'll cut us a piece. Okay, our pie is cooled. It's just so pretty. It's not cool, but it's cooler. I just ate a big bowl of chicken salad that I made the other day. Y'all saw me do that. And now I'm going to cut me a piece of pie. And cut it with a knife. And I'll show you how it looks. With our homemade crust. It looks so good. See if I can get it out now. Oh, Lord, I didn't cut deep enough. Let me get my crust out. Some more of that. And I am going to put me a little scoop of ice cream on the top. And there's my little quick dessert. Looks good, doesn't it? Y'all make you some. Bye-bye.